September, Monday. I learned that my family died in a car crash today. Guess I have to live alone with my grandpa now. Tuesday. Today at lunch, Albert Sandy was talking about some secret spy agency set up in Plainsview to counter the new mafia gang in our town. At first, I thought it was his usual bogus, but after he started talking about how cool secret agents are like camera pens, secret weapons, I asked him where to sign up. He told that half the teachers, including Mr. Roy, were actual spies, and the school was just a cover, and I had to tell Mr. Roy the secret code in his office to apply. Turns out Albert Sandy was not lying, and Mr. Roy was a secret agent in disguise after all. I went to his office and told him the secret word, and he disappeared for a while. Came back, typed something on a computer, and said my training would begin soon. Turns out Albert Sandy was a recruitment robot designed to not be believed, but only the smart people could see through it, and preteens are the best spies nobody suspects. Yeah, Greg, I don't think Greg should have known this. It said the smartest person should have joined, but he's pretty. If you read the books, it's self-explanatory. Then Mr. Roy gave me a piece of paper and asked me to get a parent sign. And if they declined, he would wipe our memories and my training would never start. The fuck is this, Men in Black? I knew no sober parent would let their child spy on the mafia, but then it hit me. I'm an orphan. I told him that I'm an orphan and I didn't need a signature, but the reply wasn't reassuring. Get your legal guardian's signature. Well, that's a bummer because I really want the camera pen and there's no way Grandpa would let me go risk my life for cool gadgets. At least I can go to America's Got Talent and get the golden buzzer by telling them I'm an orphan. Thursday. Yesterday I did think of giving up on this spy thing, but that was before I realized my luck. Grandpa went missing today, so I can make Uncle Gary my guardian, and all it took for him to sign the slip was $10 and a can of soda. I think he thought the slip was a joke because he got super excited after getting those $10. When I turned in the slip today, Mr. Roy didn't believe me and said he now wanted to meet my guardian and talk to them at 8 p.m. tonight, and reconfirmed this. I told Uncle Gary Mr. Roy would ask if I could join a drama play revolving around spies and mafias to make him not realize it's a real spy agency after all. February, Thursday. So it's been a few months since I've joined the Plainsview spy agency to tackle the mafia's conspiracy in our town. First of all, I asked Uncle Gary to buy me a new journal for me, and I asked him to get a book that did not specifically have diary on the cover, but he thinks it's funny to do things which I tell him not to. I'm not even supposed to have a journal because that is against the spy rules, but I kinda remember the last time I correctly followed their rules after training. Training was a big disappointment because I thought I would be getting buff and getting cool gadgets, but it turns out I wasn't even a field agent. It's still cool though to be a part of something huge, but it surprised me that I chose being a spy because I always wanted to be rich and famous, but this does not let you be any of them. And my job is to just sit and be the guy in the chair. I was foolish to think they would let minors be field agents. And about Plainview, it's anarchy everywhere. The mafia is really in charge of town. Half our agents have died in the battle against this conspiracy. The local police dances to the tunes of the gang. It's not like we haven't gone anywhere though. It's just that whenever we strike gold, they find a gold mine. Grandpa is still missing. Good thing I don't have to eat his horrible food. But God knows where the old man is. I kinda want him back. Y'all think great grandpa is gonna be like the mafia boss or something? And back to my job as a spy, I get like $35 a month, but it goes into a fund that I can only access when I'm 18. I still go to school though, that's supposed to be my cover or something. Don't know if that counts as being an undercover agent. Unsurprisingly, Alex Aruda, the smartest kid in our class, is my colleague, and apparently he maintains and updates the Albert Sandy robot. But one of the main reasons I started rewriting my journal is because of what happened today. Today in school, when I sat down for lunch at my table, I saw Albert Sandy robot acting weird. The Mafia of Plainview is so cool. Long live the conspiracy. I thought there was a bug in the code or something, so I decided to go meet Alex Areda and talk to him about the robot malfunctioning. But when I searched everywhere, I couldn't find him anywhere. There was no way he missed school. He never does. I knew something was fishy, so I decided to go report to Mr. Roy, our chief commander, but when I saw through his door window, I found him dead. I rushed into the room and ran towards him and saw a bullet hole in his shirt. I quickly ran towards the window in the room and saw Alex Aruda running out of the school gate, with bloody hands and a box with a gun in his hand. That idiot had betrayed us. I screamed his name and told him to stop, but it turns out that wasn't the smartest thing I did because as soon as he heard me, he sped up. I grabbed a taser from Mr. Roy's desk. I knew where he kept what and ran outside the school building. I wasn't the fastest runner nor the fittest kid in my grade, but somehow I was running fast. Very fast. I saw Alex Aruda run into the town park, but by the looks of it, he thought he lost me. I hid behind a wall and saw Alex running towards some van with a tinted window. I couldn't see through it. The job is done. Get in the van. My heart skipped a beat. Alex was working for the Mafia, and there was a goon in the van. Alex Aruda went aboard the van and sat in the front of it. This was my chance. I had to get into the van to learn about the Mafia and possibly sneak into the hideout this van was going to. And maybe avenge Mr. Roy later on. I heard the van's engine roar. Fucking hell. I heard the van's engine roar. I quickly ran towards the van back door and managed to break it. I have no idea what I was thinking going into a van with two armed mafias, but at the time I was too deep in to get out as the van started moving as soon as I got in. I was lucky to not get detected by the goon and Alex because then they started talking about sensitive stuff that would be helpful to the agency. But then it hit me. Alex was part of our agency, and he would snitch the whole operation to the goon. I had to do something. Suddenly, the van stopped and the goons told Alex that they were at the Coronies of the drug dealer. Coronies has been shut down for 1 year due to health code violation. The Mafia must have been using that as center for their drug dealing operations. The goon and Alex go out of the van probably to collect the contraband in the back section of the van. I had to get out. But Alex was quick to open the door. I tased him and the goon. That felt good. Just then, two people walked out of the coroner's back door. Holy fuck, it's Rowley and Jefferson. You shouldn't be here, Greg. By the way, did I just say Rowley and Jefferson? I'm sorry, I meant Rowley and Fergley, yeah. Yeah, I won't lie, this is a bit of a plot twist. Roderick's journal. That night, it still haunts me, even though it might have not looked like it for multiple years. That they didn't care nor love me, I knew they did. Of course they did. The fact that I won't see mom and dad taking hell, even scolding me, scares me more than anything ever did in my entire life. I recently read a newspaper and saw an article about the crash. The crash that took everything from me. The newspaper didn't even get their facts checked. My body was never found, but the article claimed I died according to the witnesses. Of course, they never found my body. That's 'cause I never died. No soul other than me knows that, except some other weirdos. I tried to reach Greg at first, but something was stopping me. Someone was stopping me, or should I say, a group of people. They want me dead, and I have no idea why. I almost died 1,000 times in these 5 months. I can't go back to Greg with an all-powerful group of idiots trying to kill me on my tail. That would endanger him. I need to keep him safe, or at least that's what Mom and Dad would have wanted me to do. So I'm just living on the streets, keeping a low profile, trying not to get killed, while Greg over there is probably enjoying playing video games 24/7 a day and 7 days a week, and probably help himself on my junk food stash while I struggle for food. Friday. So I fell asleep writing yesterday's entry. So let me continue explaining what happened yesterday. I finally met Rowley after 5 long months. No idea where he went and what he did after his dad got killed in a mafia crossfire and mother hanged herself. Fucking hell, that's brutal. Oh my god. Rowley's definitely suffering from PTSD right now. I didn't see him after I heard the news that it happened to him. He was orphaned, like me. We weren't best buddies till the end like we thought, but we were young because now he was working for Fergie with the Mafia. I gave him a life, Gregory. Something you could never do and never would. Fergie got Rowley involved into the smuggling business and made his accomplice. My ex-best friend was working with my enemy. Amazing. The goon and Alex got up in no time. I only realized that they were there when they got up. I started running as I had nothing else to do. Those idiots started chasing me on foot. Not too smart for a class topper. The next thing I remember was that I bashed both of their heads with a rod I found and managed to find my way back home. I hope Alex got some brain damage so it delays him from leaking our whole operation.